So in this class, I tried to explain the sequencing problem by using Johnson's rule. So the same problem is asked in GATE examination in 2006, right? So how you supposed to solve this problem? We can go step by step. We'll move further step by step, right? So this is generally the Johnson's rule is applied for whenever you are having a machine 1 and machine 2. Generally, these kind of jobs are applied for machine 1 and machine 2. What is machine 1, machine 2 means? The same job is to be, suppose we are having a job that required two different operations. So after completion of one operation, then only we have to move for the another machine for the processing operation. So that whether it is to be completed by fast or whether it is completed by slow depends upon the different operating conditions. So that whether machine 1 is remaining idle or machine 2 is remaining idle, what are the causes and all those things will be explained in this case, in this problem. Generally, the Johnson's rule is applied for whenever you are having two machines, right? Here we are having M1 and M2. M1 and M2 are the machines. M1 and M2 are the machines, and the jobs are P, Q, R, S, T, U is the jobs. So for P job, the machine 1 is 15 processing time, that is 15 is the processing time, and second machine is 6, 32, 19, 8, 13, 27, 20, 11, 14, 16, 7. These are the following processing times for machine 1 and machine 2 for jobs Q, R, S, T, U. Right. Now the same procedure like your earlier duty time and SPT rule, shortest processing time rule. Here also first we can arranging an order, sequencing order. So here the sequencing means, how do you get the sequencing means? Same procedure, but the thing is there is some logic. What is the logic here is, at one end you have to mention as the machine 1, and other end I didn't write here, machine 2. So one end that means in the left end you can make it as a first machine, and right hand you can make it as a machine 2. Now in machine 1 and machine 2, which one is the least processing time? So observe here, least processing time is here in this case number 6. Number 6 means P for second machine. So simply have to fill on the right side, Next, what is the least processing time for machine 1 and machine 2? Observe here. So whenever first one is completed, you please strike off, then only can easily for you to understand, right? Next one is what is the next least one? Next least one is goes for number 8, that is R machine. R machine is simply have to fill on left hand side and strike off it. And similarly, what is the least time? Already P and R are over. Next, what is the least time? Least time is 11. 11 is for machine 1, that is T. Beside R you are having T. Likewise R, T, S, Q, U, P, R you have to be write down in a sequencing order. Okay, so left hand side is machine 1 and right hand side is machine 2, and identify in machine 1 and machine 2 which one is the least one, and please strike out those least one machines so that it is easy for you to write down in an order. So these are the R, T, S, Q, P is the sequencing order for your job, right? Now put it in a table manner. So in a table, for machine 1 and machine 2, job, processing time, in time, that means machine in and machine out time. For machine 2 also same, processing time, machine in and machine out, and other end idle time for machine, that means how much time it remains in idle. That is very, very important. That is a very, very important calculation required here. Now processing time is 8, that is already given in your problem. Processing time is 8, right? That means in time is 8, in time, that means the job is itself in a machine 1, so that out time is also 8. There is no doubt also. Next, for a T machine, the processing time is 11 and out time is 8, so that 11 plus 8 is 19. 11 plus 8 is 19. Similarly, the processing time of S is 27, and you are having 19 is already out time is 19, so 27 plus 19 is equal to 46. Next, Q is equal to 32. 32 plus 46 is 78. Next, processing time for U is 16, and 16 plus 78 94. Processing time 15 is P is 15, and here 15 plus 94 is 109. So this is the processing time for in and out for machine 1. Processing time for machine 1. Now calculate processing time for machine 2. Processing time for machine 2. Machine 2 means simply R. R value is processing time is 13. 13 means here, please observe that 13 means here, one thing you have to be observed. Already the out time is 8 and here the processing time is 13. That means no need to wait for machine 2 because it is already in advance. It is already in advance. So 13 plus 8 is 21. 13 plus 18, 21. So the ideal time for machine is 0. Please observe that. Ideal time for machine is 0 in this case. Please remember. Why? Because means you please observe in a machine 2, the processing time is 13. Actually, the out time for machine 1 is 8. That means the machine is already ready. The product is already ready in machine 1. In advance. So that there is no need for wait for processing for machine 2. So that the ideal time machine is 0. So what is the total time? So 13 plus 8 equal to total. That means your total product is comes out with 21 time. We can call it as times or minutes or whatever you can call it as 21 time. You can consider 21. Right, here it is a 21. Out time is 21. Next, in the second case T, 19 here. So here also, in this case the out time is 21 and for machine 1, that means the process completed in machine 1 operator is 19. Here it is 21. That means the machine 1 is in advance, very well in advance. That means machine 2 0. Ideal time is 0 for machine because no need to wait for machine 2. No need to wait. You can proceed. So that 21, 14 plus 21 equal to 35. So ideal time is 0 because here in this case no need for waiting. Why? Because means in a machine 1, 19, it is out time is 19. But in this case the processing time is 21 only, 21. So that automatically 21 minus 21 equal to 0. For crossly, 21 minus 21 equal to 0. Crossly. You can check it up, minus at 21 minus 21 equals 0. Right, very good, fine. Next, here 35 is the out time. 35 is the out time. What is the out time for S is 46. Here is very, very important. The out time for SC is 46. And here it is out time for machine 2 is 35. That means 35 is well advanced but 46 is very, that means it is not completed. That means machine 2 is waited. Machine 2 is supposed to be waited. How much time it is to be waited? 46 minus 35. That means 11 minutes is 11 times. That means 11 minutes it has to be waited. 11 minutes it has to be, because here it is a 35 and it is a 46. So it is late. Machine 1 is late. So that till now machine 2 is supposed to be waited. So how many minutes means 46 minus 31, that is 11. So 46 plus 20 is 66. Okay, right, very good, 66. Now here the out time is 66. Now here it is 78. Now again machine 1 is late. Late by what? 78 minus 66. 12 minutes late. You can say that 12 times late or whatever it is. 12 is the number it is to be lated. Right? That means you have to wait. So machine 2 is supposed to be wait by 12. Right? So 78 plus 19 equal to 97. Again here it is a 97. It is 94. U value. U for out value is 94. Here 94 means well advanced. Here 97, it is 94. So it is very well in advance. Machine 1 is very advanced. So no need to wait for machine 2. So automatically it's 0. 97 minus 97, you will get 0 value. No need to wait for the machine 2. No need to wait for the machine 2. Right? Right. Next. So here it is 104 and last one is 109. So 109 and 104 compared to 104 and 109. So 109 is the large value. Large value means machine 1 is not completed till now. So you have to wait. So we have to wait until it is completed. It process is completed. The machine 2 has to be waited. Machine 2 has to be waited. So 109 minus 104, that is 5. So that means the ideal time is 5. So now calculate what is the ideal time for machine 2 is, total is 28. That means 28 minutes or 28 seconds or whatever, depending upon your values. 28 times 28 minutes, we can assume that 28 minutes or whatever it is. So on that particular time it has to be waited. On that particular minutes or on that particular hours or whatever it is, your machine is to be remaining idle. So it is very, very difficult for us if you are having any ideal time, because we are losing money, power and all those things. So it is very very important, reducing of ideal time for machine 2. As far as process completed, then only your product will be out, right? So try to reducing the ideal time for any machine 1 or machine 2, whatever it is. So if suppose if you want to calculate machine 1 for ideal time, is simply total out time for machine 2 and total out time for machine 1. 115 minus 109 here, 106. So 106 is 9. So total machine that is ideal for 1. So machining for 1 and machining for 2. Machining for 2 is 28. So it is very 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 important. Johnson's rule. Generally Johnson's rule is applied for whenever you are having a machine 1 and machine 2. Johnson's rule is applied for machine 1 and machine 2, and you try to calculate the ideal time for machines 1 and machine 2 by making of this rule. So it is very one question that is asked in a GATE examination, that is in 2006, for sequencing is also very very important, like your SPT rule, EDT earlier due date time, and this Johnson. These 3 rules are very very important. We are expecting one question based on these 3 rules. I hope you understand. Thank you.